This is Hexagon. It's arguably the most important shape in nature. If you were asked to build the universe from scratch, you would inevitably end up here. Unlike other shapes, the hexagon doesn't just exist. It's the perfect balance of geometry and physics, and yet it remains an engineering masterpiece. Thanks to its incredibly stable structure, it has become the silent backbone of our modern life, hiding in plain sight everywhere you look. But why is hexagon so powerful? To find out, we need to look at the world's best engineer, the honeybee. Bees aren't trained mathematicians, yet they have mastered a complex geometric secret that actually took humans thousands of years to fully understand. Imagine you are a bee, and you need to build a house to store your honey. You need to fill a flat surface using shapes that fit together perfectly without leaving any empty gaps. You really only have three simple options that work: triangles, squares, or hexagons. But here is what the genius comes in. The hexagon is the clear winner because it has the shortest parameter of the three. For a bee, that parameter equals west. And in the world of bees, west is like liquid gold. It is incredibly hard to make. In fact, a colony has to consume about 8 pounds of honey just to produce a single pound of wax. Because honey is their primary fuel, wasting it on building materials would be a disaster for their survival. By choosing the hexagon, bees create an architectural masterpiece that stores the maximum amount of honey while using the absolute minimum amount of wax. It is not just a pretty shape. It is the ultimate high-efficiency energy-saving hack that nature invented millions of years ago. But efficiency isn't everything. We also have to talk about the pure strength. Why is this simple shape so incredibly tough? The secret lies in how the hexagon handles pressure. When you apply force to a square, the structure is inherently unstable because the corners can easily shift, causing the entire shape to collapse. A hexagon, however, acts as a master of force distribution. Because of its six-side geometry, it distributes incoming pressure evenly across all its sides and angles. When you apply weight to a hexagonal structure, that energy doesn't focus on one vulnerable spot. Instead, it flows through the perimeter, balancing out instantly. If you zoom in even further to the molecular level, this pattern becomes even more impressive. Atoms like the carbon atoms found in graphene bond in these hexagonal lattices because it is the most stable way for them to exist. This creates a structure that is simultaneously rigid, lightweight, and almost impossible to break, proving that nature's favorite shape is also its strongest. Nature clearly loved the hexagon for its efficiency and strength. But for humans, we have learned from nature's blueprint and taken it to a whole new level, embedding this incredible shape into the very fabric of our modern world. Look at a standard wooden pencil. It isn't round. If it were, it would constantly roll right off your desk. But if it were a square, the sharp edges would be painful to hold. The hexagon is the absolute perfect compromise. It gives your fingers flat, comfortable edges to grab. It stays completely still on a desk. And just like the bees in the hive, hexagonal pencils pack perfectly into a shipping box without wasting a single millimeter of empty space. Travel deeper and you will find that the same shape protecting the things we value. When you ship a TV or a piece of heavy furniture, the cardboard protecting it isn't solid. It's a honeycomb paperboard. By layering thousands of hexagonal paper cells, we create a structure that is mostly empty air, yet strong enough to support massive weight. It is the cheapest, lightest, and smartest way to cushion our modern world. But this geometry does more than cushion a box. It saves lives. In the world of Formula 1, survival is an engineering problem. Inside the chassis of every race car, there is a core of tiny hexagons. When a car hits a barrier at 200 miles per hour, these cells crush in a controlled and predictable way. They act like a sponge for a kinetic engine, turning a deadly impact into a manageable one. Airplanes use this same principle. The wings of an aircraft need to be incredibly strong to handle the forces of flight, but also as light as possible to save fuel. Many modern aircraft wings and body panel use internal hexagonal structures, often made from lightweight materials like carbon fiber. These honeycomb panels give them immense stiffness and strength without adding unnecessary weight, making air travel safer and more efficient. Finally, we have taken the shape to the very edge of the universe. The James Webb Space Telescope is the most advanced machine we've ever put into space. Its giant golden eye is made of 18 individual mirrors, and the shape is hexagons. NASA chose this shape because it allows the massive mirror to fold up tightly to fit inside a rocket. Once in space, it unfolds, and those hexagonal pieces snap together perfectly without any gaps, creating a flawless, ultra-stable surface to catch light from the dawn of time. The hexagon is more than just a geometric term. It is the ultimate logic connecting nature, physics, and modern engineering. From the simple pencil on your desk to the precision instrument exploring the origin of the universe, this shape maintains a perfect balance between efficiency and strength. It is nature's proudest design, and the most stable, indispensable pillar supporting the reality of our modern world. Thank you for watching.